If you're viewing or listening in Serbia, happy Christmas to you. January 7th is Christmas Day in the Serbian Orthodox Church, and the most famous Serb on the planet is spending his Christmas in a lousy Australian detention facility. Novak Djokovic is the reigning Australian Open tennis champion, and he flew to Melbourne to defend his title. He has never disclosed his COVID vaccination status, as he believes in medical privacy, as indeed every civilized person did, as recently as 2020. But two independent panels of Australian medical professionals assessed Djokovic, and the Australian tennis authorities let him know he'd been granted a medical exemption. As many of you will be aware, even before COVID, flying to Melbourne was not like flying to Stockholm or to Milan. You need to go to an Australian government website and get permission to enter the country before you can board the plane. Mr. Djokovic did all that and then landed in Melbourne to find that the Australian Border Force did not regard his medical exemption as exempting him. So he's been banged up in some detention resort pending deportation. The Iranian refugee on the floor below him is one of the few people in the lucky country prepared to put in a word for his fellow inmate.
Like, you are not alone. You have lots of supporter. We love you. We want to see you succeed, and we want to see you a first world man in tennis. Wish you all luck and wish you freedom, like how we wish for ourselves.
I don't know about his Persian pal, but friend Novak has had the COVID, so he's full of natural antibodies, which a lot of the science says is much more effective protection than the vaccines. But Australians in general, and Melburnians in particular, have had a rough couple of years. Dan Andrews, the Premier of Victoria, has imposed severe and lengthy lockdowns in which the citizenry have been prevented from, for example, driving more than 3 miles from their homes, and in which Her Majesty's alarmingly out-of-control Victoria Constabulary have not been above wrestling pregnant women and handicapped pensioners to the ground in order to maintain their iron grip on the populace. So in some weird displacement exercise, Victorians are happy to hoot and jeer at some foreign celebrity for purporting to exercise the liberties they so carelessly surrendered to Chairman Dan. Ooh, we all hate Djokovic, don't we? The Melburnian telepresenter and alleged comedian Peter Helliar tweeted, "Margaret Court relieved she won't be the most unpopular person at Rod Laver Arena this year." Mrs. Court is the 11 times Aussie Open Ladies Champion, 3-time Wimbledon winner, the greatest female player of all time, at least until Djokovic transitions, which would be a smart move right now. But she's now a Pentecostal minister of social conservative bent, so Aussie blokes seem to think it's super butch to beat up a little old lady pushing 80. At any rate, unless Djokovic can get a court to overturn his deportation order, it looks like they'll have to make do with Margaret Court again this year, or maybe not. If you're a fully vaccinated person who got tickets for the Open to see Djokovic defend his title, be advised. The officials at the arena are confiscating pro-Djokovic placards because apparently a Djokovic sign is so contagious the WHO may well designate it a new variant all on its own.